When did an entitled customer discover they messed with the wrong delivery driver? I was delivering pizza to this massive house in the wealthy part of town when this woman in a designer tracksuit answered the door looking furious. "You're 23 minutes late," she snapped before I could even say hello. "This is completely unacceptable." I apologized and explained there'd been heavy traffic, but she cut me off. "I don't want excuses. I want compensation for your incompetence. I'm not paying for this order, and I expect free pizza for a month." The total was $47 for 2 large pizzas. I stayed calm and told her I'd need to call my manager about any refunds or compensation. That's when she really lost it. "Do you know who I am? My husband is a partner at the biggest law firm in the city. I could have your little pizza place shut down with one phone call." She grabbed the pizzas from my hands without paying and started to close the door. "Ma'am, you still need to pay for those," I said politely. "Sue me," she laughed. "Oh wait, you can't afford a lawyer." I'd been delivering pizzas for 3 years to pay for college, and I'd dealt with rude customers before, but this was next level. She was treating me like I wasn't even human. I walked back to my car and called my manager to report the theft, but I also did something else. I took a photo of her house number and looked up the address. What I found was interesting. The house was owned by Richard Morrison, senior partner at Morrison Bradley and Associates. I recognized the name because my mom worked as a paralegal there. The next day, I called my mom and casually asked about Mr. Morrison. She told me he was known for being extremely professional and hated when his family name was associated with any kind of scandal. My mom also mentioned that Morrison was up for a judgeship and had been working hard to maintain his spotless reputation in the legal community. I decided to write a polite letter to Mr. Morrison explaining what had happened with his wife, including the exact quotes about shutting down our business and her comment about lawyers. I made sure to be respectful and factual, describing exactly what occurred without embellishing anything. I even mentioned that I was a college student working to pay for school. I mailed it to his office with copies of our delivery receipt and the police report I'd filed for theft of services. 3 days later, I got a call at work from someone claiming to be Mr. Morrison's assistant, asking for my manager's contact information. My manager took the call and came back looking surprised. Apparently, Mr. Morrison wanted to discuss the incident personally. That evening, a man in an expensive suit showed up at our pizza place. He introduced himself as Richard Morrison and asked to speak with me privately. He was mortified. He explained that his wife had been struggling with some personal issues, but that was no excuse for her behavior. He paid for the stolen pizzas, left a $200 tip, and handed me a business card. "If you're ever interested in law school," he said, "call me. We have a scholarship program for promising students." He also mentioned that his wife would be making a formal apology and doing community service as part of her learning experience. But the real revenge came 2 weeks later when I delivered to the same house. This time, Mr. Morrison answered the door himself. "Your wife ordered pizza," I said, unsure what to expect. He smiled and paid with a $20 tip. "My wife won't be handling deliveries anymore. She's volunteering at a food bank now, learning about service and respect." As I walked back to my car, I saw her through the window, looking embarrassed as she watched her husband treat me with the respect she should have shown in the first place.